I've never won something before. My little conspiracy, I have never won something before. The closest I've ever gotten to winning something is coming in third place for a research paper contest that I submitted in third grade. But I've never won something before. So I can't say what taking a victory lap is like. I've never had that experience. I've never been blessed with that experience. But I can't imagine it feeling much more different than Atlas making Persona 5 Royal. I loved the original Persona 5. I loved it so much. I was there for the highs, the lows, everything. And it's really hard to capture how much I loved that game. And then Persona 5 Royal came out, and it came out like a freaking victory lap. Not a lot has been added to Persona 5 Royal, admittedly. You don't really need to add a lot to Persona 5. Well, I would go so far and argue that Persona 5 Vanilla is a damn near-perfect game. And then Persona 5 Royal comes out, and it makes it undeniably close. Now, for me, I do think that Persona 5 Royal easily is in my top 5 games of all time. And with an ever-shifting list, like as it is, I don't know when or if it will lose its spot. But looking at Persona 5 Royal, it just feels like a victory lap. Playing through everything again, even though you know a lot of the story, doesn't change anything. I played through it, and I was really worried that this time around I wasn't going to be able to get everything. I was worried that with how precise and how tight-knit I had to do Persona 5 Vanilla, going up onto 3 different playthroughs, a New Game Plus, and just pretty much pouring everything into it, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do it again on Royal. And admittedly, there's not a lot different between the two. Until you realize that the few cracks Vanilla does have, Royal fills in. I don't know what I would add to Persona 5 Royal to make it better or make it worse. If anything, I'd make the argument that it is as perfect as a game that you can get. It might not be for everyone, but it's definitely worth for most people. The other reason why I really love Persona 5 Royal is that not only is the game itself fantastic, it also takes a trophy list that felt like in the original Vanilla, it felt like it had to be perfect. A perfect measuring and a spreadsheet worth of information of what things to do then. Well, Persona 5 Royal was like, hey, relax. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the new activities. Enjoy the things you got going on. Yes, there are a certain number of things you need to achieve. And if you've played Vanilla, you know what they are. You know exactly who takes priority and who takes this and that. You do not need to worry. But Persona 5 Royal is fantastic, and it takes all the perfectionist tendencies of the original and says, hey, we have some new stuff. Feel free to look at it, but you don't need to. Now, I'm a trophy hunter, and my time with the game isn't done until the platinum pops. It ain't over till the trophy pops. But I would say I would play this game again. I loved Royal, and I will go back and play it one day. Maybe when I need to explain why all Persona music is vibe music, or when I need to just experience another reality. I'm not going to spoil anything in this game. I'm not going to go into what the new content is. I'm not going to give anything away that I don't need to. Of course, I'll be talking about trophy titles, but I'm not going to go into many of the descriptions this time around. Mostly because, a large part of them have already been talked about in my Persona 5 video. And that was a 400-hour platinum. Persona 5 Royal, I'm going to talk more about the individual new things. I'm going to talk about the thing and the changes that there are. Because for the first time on the channel, I'm talking about a game I've already done before. And when that first game took me 400 hours to finish, the fact that I jumped into it again from fresh was a big deal to me. The other thing is that this now sets in a new rule for the channel. I will do a game again if there's something different, if there's something worth talking about or mentioning, or if there's a difference in criteria. For example, Far Cry 3 Classic doesn't have multiplayer trophies. It makes it worth it. It makes it viable to go again. Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin. Moves around placement, which is in those games massive, adding things to the equation. Maybe one day I'll do both of them. But those are the kinds of things. If the trophies themselves have been changed, they are viable to talk about. But today, let's go back into the gentle embrace of the madness of trophies as we go again. My name is Insane Raven. We are 7 minutes in, and this is Tales of the Hunts, the bi-weekly podcast where I'm talking about trophies and the journeys that we took to get the Platinum Trophy. Today's episode, Persona 5 Royal. Let's begin. I started this Platinum journey back in 2020 when literally I had nothing but time to do to work on stuff. But it wasn't towards the beginning of the pandemic. It was actually towards the end. Only a few months after finishing the original vanilla version. The Spirit of Rebellion was the first trophy I got, and it is for all intents and purposes, a tutorial mission. And the first mission you're going to get is the first trophy you're going to get because it's all backstory, essentially. Even if it is about an hour and a half into the game. I am thou. Obtain a persona through negotiation. Another trailer. Another tutorial trophy. The next trophy ends up being a deadly debut. Perform the guillotine execution. This is a trophy that you're going to need to do to build more powerful personas. Fortunately, you don't have to complete the Persona Compendium. This isn't vanilla after all. Tactical teamwork. Perform the baton pass. Baton? Pretty easy, and it's going to be another one of the more tutorialized trophies. A way of getting extra attacks in and building up your bonuses. You better hang on. It's for using the grappling hook. A brand new mechanic for Persona 5 Royal, and one that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, ironically, spoiled before it even came out. I see you. Technician. Trigger the technical. You're going to get these for putting together combos and getting more damage. For example, a dizzy enemy will then get double damage dealt to them by doing a psychic attack. Burn to frozen enemies get more damage done when done to a nuclear attack. These are the things I mean. Let's blow it up. Defeated enemies via disaster shadow explosion. Another one of the trophies. Another new mechanic for the game that just features you blowing up shit. LeBlanc Buffer. Cleaned up in LeBlanc. This is a trophy that you could have done the first time around, but there was no trophy for it. Royal also lets you have a bit more free time, allowing for more studying and more hard work to get done, even crafting. Whereas before Morgana would make you go to bed, now you get to enjoy living in LeBlanc a little bit more freedom. Not much, but definitely worth doing, as certain stat bonuses can be increased. Punch that clock, work the part-time job. Another trophy that could have been done in the first time, but wasn't a trophy. Vanilla, the ability to work a part-time job was there, but there was no trophy for it. So other than upping stats and social skills, there wasn't really a reason to do it. Plus, there were other ways of getting social skill ranked up. Why would you? Castle of Lust Seized. It's a story mission. I'm not going to tell you more than that. Phantom Thieves Assemble. Story mission. Not going to tell you about that. One step at a time. This is for completing a Mementos request. These side missions of Persona 5 Royal. Be well. Tokyo Tourist. You're going to get these by forwarding and going for and expanding your relationships with your companions. You need to do this. It's integral to your success as a Phantom Thief. A grand experiment. Performed an electric chair execution. One of the twins' special abilities. Careful. They just might fuck you up. Talent Thief. Obtain a skill accessory from a palace ruler. One of the new things they actually added in this game were all of the seeds. Collect all 3 seeds and then bring them to Jose, a new little cretin, and you'll get a brand new skill. Passive, maybe, but it doesn't take up a move slot. And instead, it's a massive buff or attack or debuff to your enemies. Each palace ruler having a different skill. Jose's favorite customer. Traded in flowers while in Mementos. One of the new characters as well. You're going to be following around by trading in flowers that are now all over the place Mementos. You can get more items. These are going to be helpful in trying to do palaces in one run. The Phantom Philanthropist traded in stamps while in Mementos. I can't read that word. But again, these add to your experience of Mementos. Are you going to get more XP, more items, more money? Trade in stamps and you can benefit. The Deviated Cognition. And it counts as a deviation in Mementos. One of the new mechanics in Royal as well. Mementos itself can be changed. Rearranged completely into something completely new. And sometimes thrilling, sometimes terrifying if you're low on items, and sometimes just whatever. Museum of Vanity Repossessed. Not going to tell you about it. A Hustler's Journey. Play the game of billiards. After closing down the second palace, you'll be open to a whole new area within Tokyo. Well worth doing and brand new to Persona 5 Royal. Playing a game of pool will get you a trophy, and playing a game of darts will also get you a trophy. It takes up time, but it's a fun little deviation. The Purpose of a Thief. Obtain the Treasure Demon. Exceedingly rare demons and personas that can only appear under certain circumstances. It's showtime. Performed a showtime attack. One of the new insane summons and rare things that can happen in Royal. Absolutely insane. A lot of fun. I actually laughed a number of times out loud and called characters simps during the showtime. I think my favorite has to be Ryuji and Yusuke's showtime, just because I was like, fucking same. But all of them are pretty awesome. I know there are a couple that I didn't see. Like, I know I didn't see the new characters, one with Joker, but all the other ones I did see, which were pretty fun. Accident prone, performing an execution during a fusion alarm. New mechanic, big siren alarm. It's fun. It's a good time. Efficient executioner, performing a group guillotine execution. Bank of gluttony, cleaned out. True confidence, maxed out one of your confidence. This is about almost a quarter of the way through the game, and it's the first time I maxed out a confidence. It's not exactly easy, but it does require some time. My closest partner, entered in a special relationship. What is a good JRPG if you can't date one of your companions and party members? Not worth it, in my opinion. Intensive training. Use incense on a persona in lockdown. Again, in the Velvet Room, new things have been added. By exploring them and using incense in a persona during the lockdown, you're able to make them stronger in a specific way. Kind of like IV training in Pokemon. Success built on sacrifice. Performing a gallows execution gives your ability new stuff. Trash into treasure. Sold old clothing at Fuyuji Nonuchi. This is a new activity in the new area that doesn't take up any time, and by taking items found in mementos, you can then sell them to a thrift shop. I only ever used it once for the trophy. I don't think I ever did it again, to be honest. A serene experience. Visited a temple for meditation. It does take time, but I don't think it actually does anything. I think it raises something. Proficiency? HP? Something like that. I don't know. I only ever did it once. Angler's debut. Pass time at the fishing pond. Unlike when you have to catch the fishing pond guardian, you just have to do it once, which makes it much easier and cuts down a lot of time, so you can go off and do more things, like spending time with confidence and so that you actually want to do. Batter up, score a hit at the batting cages instead of scoring a home run. It's another instance of Persona 5 Royal be like, hey, we know it's hard. We'll make it a bit easier for you. A night in Kichijoji. Attended the jazz club. Another new item in the game. I invited Yusuke the first time, which is just weird. But you know. Deep Throne. Pyramid of Wrath. Plundered. Story mission. Not going to tear anything. Professional modification. Customize the gun. You're going to have to go to Unstoppable with the Airsoft thing. The Airsoft store and customize a gun. It does require you to up your relationship with Iwai. IWAI to be able to have that option. Easy money. Win the lottery. There's actually the lottery at the train station at Shibuya. Go ahead and play it. Come in with a week later, and then you'll get easy money. It has nothing to do with the card game that you can play in the jazz club in your head. The Thief's Den. That's what it's called. It has nothing to do with that, even though the trophy symbol does look like it. So don't waste time playing that card game if you don't want to. Spaceport of Greed obliterated. Moving on. Going against the crane. Score a prize in the crane game machine. This is going to be in the same arcade that you can pick up with the tower in the child's confidence location by going over and playing the crane game. Just get a prize. I actually ended up doing that a number of times because all your crane game prizes stack on your window, which is kind of cute. Master of Akihabara, ordered from the special menu at the maid cafe. This is probably the only example of Royal adding something that's a bit more time consuming than I would have liked. You do have to go through the maid cafe a couple of times in order to get up enough points to earn the special, earn the ability to order off the special menu. Not too difficult, just kind of cringy. Casino of Jealousy, Bankrupted, not gonna tell you. The Search for Power completely changed the cognition of mementos. What you need to do here is that you need to level up all your stamps need to go all into one of the 3 changes. I put all of my stamps into XP, making the grind much shorter and easier, especially when I had to kill the Reaper, which is a pain in the ass because there is no way of cheesing it this time around. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Now, getting the vapors. Couldn't stand the heat in the bathhouse. What you need to do here is that on a night where it is raining or you're in a heat wave, you need to visit the bathhouse and basically just have a stroke. You need to give yourself a stroke. I ended up doing this on December 3rd. At night is when I managed to get this trophy. If you want a specific date, but you need, again, just have it be either raining or during a heat wave, and you should get the trophy. Unsuppressed Rebel, Conquer the Reaper. Now, unlike in vanilla, you cannot cheese this. There is no flu cheese. You need to win this fight. This fight takes the place of the twins. However, if you are constantly countering with Joker, stacking up your technicians, and just putting as much damage out there while using all these skill sets from the past rulers at the time, this honestly shouldn't give you too many problems. Now, it is a bit of a long fight, but shouldn't give you too many problems. I mean, I got through it, and I'm not the best gamer out there. Poor perfection. But pure perfection. I can't read. Maxed out all the social stats. Now, I will say that these 2 trophies, those 3 last trophies I got, we were talking super late in the game. Like, second to last palace is being taken on at this point. Like, we are talking super late game. Because the next trophy that I got is Cruiser of Pride. So, you know, super late in the game. And most studious disguise. Score the highest on your exams. You need to have your intelligence all the way up and not get a single question wrong during the exam portions. It is easiest to get this in the last section on Christmas Eve, just because of how it kind of functions essentially. Just get your intelligence through the roof and it shouldn't be that big of a deal. The Thorough Trickster, I'm not going to tell you about that. It's another one of those campaign trophies. Awakening the Phantom Thieves. This is going to, if you've done all the new stuff and the prerequisites of getting all your characters up to snuff, you should get this trophy. It's not that difficult to do. Next is Take Back the Future. Completed every palace. This includes the secret bonus one that you need to do all the new stuff that has been peppered in throughout, including maxing out your confidence with the 3 new characters. Kisume Makara, I'm not saying that right, the school guidance counselor, the ballerina, and Goro Akechi. You have to max out all those 3 and then you are good to go. The path chosen is for finishing the game and watching the ending, which will then get you, if you played it like me, the phenomenal Phantom Thief for obtaining all trophies. This is the 3rd platinum trophy I've gotten, with Persona 5 in the title. But let's just see for funsies what we are looking at for comparison-wise, because Vanilla has a much lower platinum percentage than Royal does, which is kind of interesting, but not that interesting considering just how easier the Royal trophies were in comparison to Vanilla. So Vanilla is sitting at a platinum percentage of 2.2%, while Royal is sitting at over here in, once I get to there, I'm scrolling through all my shit, is sitting at a tasty 16.8%. So with Persona 5 Royal, it is the definition of a victory lap, and I absolutely loved it. I couldn't recommend it enough. Thank you guys for listening. I will see you guys on my next episode of Tales of the Hunts. Bye-bye.